Hello and welcome to Wake and Jake, a very special holiday edition. It is December 22nd. We will be talking about sports. Welcome. A lot of baseball. Actually, a lot of B transactions went down. I say that in a complimentary way as someone who very much enjoys baseball. Willson Contreras, your Red Sox first baseman, dealt from the Cardinals. We'll get into that. Murakami, Chicago White Sox, 2-year deal. Interesting. Shane Baz, traded in division from the Rays to the Orioles. BBD just threw his microphone. What was that?
Distraught.
Oh, my
Shane
God.
Baz.
The Pirates get their hitter. They do. Brandon Lowe. So tough 24 hours for Rays fans. Shane Baz and Brandon Lowe. And Jake Mangum. Keep forgetting to mention him. He was, good last year. Stole a bunch of bags. 698 OPS. That's the top of my head, people. I'm dialed like that today.
That's dome work.
And we did do a lot of this. I tell you, people that tune in, thank you. Happy holidays. Fun year for Wake and Jake and stuff. I try not to super double up on talking baseball topics, especially in the offseason. It just feels like there's a lot of overlap because we lead with baseball here, and that's baseball, and the stories are fewer and far between. Far? I don't know. I don't know about that. What I do know, I like all of these transactions, and I want to dive a little further on them, and I guess can do just a little more next steps or what I'm looking for, or be a little more raw. / you don't have to listen to Trevor Plouffe. Couldn't even hit. Okay, I'm gonna come back from that. That was just rude. Let's talk some ball, and let's start with Willson Contreras. I do think that is the biggest one of all these transactions. 33 turns 34 in May, I believe. Also top of the head, could be wrong. And we don't care. But Willson Contreras, and $8 million.
Willson even.
Willson. He has a brother
Named William.
who's also amazing at baseball. The Contreras bros don't get talked about enough.
And don't they have a third one? I'll look into it.
Willson Contreras will be your Red Sox first baseman. $42.5 million remaining on his contract. Red Sox get $8 million to offset that. Right-hander Hunter Dobbins, who caused a little stir-up this year. And this is kind of a true story if you think I'm just in yanking chains mode. His dad half lied that the Yankees organization was rude to him. And Hunter Dobbins, talked about it. And then he went back to his dad, and his dad was like, that was a fib. But hey, it motivated Hunter Dobbins to pitch against the Yankees. And he's a big league player, so I'm proud of him. He goes to St. Louis. He is out. I think he tore an ACL. I always confuse ACL and Achilles, which that's weird for someone that likes sports as much as I do. But Dobbins and a couple prospects, Fajardo and Ada, not super prospects. That the truth of this is it's, I don't want to say a borderline salary dump. The Red Sox get a really good hitter. Willson Contreras, the past 4 years, all he has done has been a 123 OPS plus or better. He was on pace last year to kind of have his best season, but it got short that he played half a season due to injury. It was interesting, and so I want to get ahead of this because I think I'm going to say a lot of more negative stuff than I'd like. And, BBD's got a Yankees hat. There's a Derek Jeter and a CC Sabathia height chart behind me. Let me start with, for the Yankees offseason, we don't know where it's heading. That at winter meetings, I was entertaining the idea of Willson Contreras being a Yankee. I was like, yeah, I don't know. He hits every year. It feels like what's gone down in St. Louis hasn't been the most fun environment to play in. That, a little shot of life. The pinstripes and Willson Contreras, why not? So the fact he's going to the Red Sox, as a Yankee fan, don't love that because he's just very good at baseball. Like, sometimes you don't need to overthink it. It's like Matt Pauley does St. Louis radio. He was at the table next to us. And we had a good laugh because I was like, yeah, I'll take you some Willson Contreras. Like, he hits, right? I was like, how's the first base defense? He said, honestly, man, he's pretty good. He just has a couple, like, horrible mental lapses that they don't know if that's him or new to first base or just St. Louis Cardinals baseball. And I jokingly said, he'd fit in perfectly. That's Yankees' M.O. So, as the jealous, spurned significant other here, the Red Sox get a really good baseball player. They don't lose serious prospect capital or anything that should affect that part of the Red Sox organization, while adding a guy who's currently in their Fangraphs lineup listed to bat third, like Roman Anthony, Duran, and then Willson Contreras. So they get a very good baseball player. However, shout out to Stephen A. He's still kind of the best to ever do it. He grinds. I was shocked when I looked at Willson Contreras' page and I was like, give me his best season. Like, give me Willson Contreras, he's a 3-time All-Star, like a 30 career WAR that you expect to go in and, like, I don't know, just watching the baseball player, you're like, that guy's really good. He's one of the best players on the field. So I expected to bring up his page and see, 2022, dude. Contreras hit 31 homers, 110 RBI, blah, blah, blah.
Expected to see like an MVP 6 or something somewhere.
Really good baseball player. Maybe a future Foolish Bailey Hall of really good guy. Maybe he's got too much. 3-time All-Star? Brother's really good. Most home runs in a season, 2019, which was a juicy ball year, he hit 24. Since 2020, the most home runs he's hit in a season is 22. Okay. And again, home runs aren't everything, especially like, this guy's a 258 career batting average, which in today is kind of a respectable batting average. 352 career on base. That's pretty good. Over the course of 10 years, that is a very good on base percentage. And with some slug behind it, it's an 811 OPS over his career. So, like everything I've been saying, Willson Contreras, very good. I was just surprised there hasn't been the wow. And hey, spin zone, Fenway Park is a great place to do that. There's a righty every year that feels like it goes nuts. Credit to Jimmy Brain. He kind of sent me on this wormhole one day. But it's wild. Like, last year, I mean, he's a switch hitter. Why am I blanking on his name? Right, Romy Gonzalez. Romy, my homie. Romy went nuts last year. Go look up Adam Duvall's 2023 if you need a reminder on that. Tyler O'Neill's 2024. Like, if you go through the Red Sox, and it's not rocket science, because we literally did this in a group chat the other day, or I think we did it on a Talking Yanks episode. It's like the Yankees have a lot of left-handed guys that for 1 year put up really big numbers.
They get that little boost.
Fenway, right-handers. There's a handful of them that have had a really big year playing at Fenway Park. You got the shortest left field. You got the short porch and right for the Yankees. The maths, without having to get too heavy into analytics. With the way Willson Contreras hits, his spray chart isn't crazy pull or anything like that. But you never know. Is it just a comfort feeling of having that monster there? Is it the first time you hit a fly ball to left and it hits that wall and you're like, oh, shoot, I can do that? For how talented Willson Contreras is, a player that I would have been excited if he ended up on the Yankees. Now that he's a Red Sox, again, I don't want to feel like I'm poo-pooing him, but I was surprised to see there isn't the crazy season in there. That being said, he also was a catcher. So, like, that limits your games played. That can limit your contributions. It's a brutal position. It's why we did the whole Cal Raleigh MVP talk this year. He has moved to first base. He only played first base last year. DH, excuse me. And he did set a career high in RBI. So I still believe in RBI, and goes with everything we're talking about. It was his most plate appearances in a season last year, 20 home runs. And again, some of the numbers are down a little bit. Again, the vibes in St. Louis haven't been immaculate, so I don't want to go there. You might see the 791 OPS, but that was actually a 123 OPS plus, which that was the same as his 826 OPS in 2023. So just threw a lot of numbers at you. Not normally my game. Willson Contreras can hit. He's done it his whole career. I think the interesting parts of this are 2 years and a team option left. The team option, I think he got another milli in the trade because he did have a no-trade clause, which that's something Trevor always brings up that I've never seen a ton of examples of it. But, I mean, good for Willson Contreras. Yeah. You want to trade me? I will take another $1 million, please. Done.
Kicker.
That feels nice. That basically, I think it'll be around $20 million for his final year in 2028. I think it's a $6 million buyout now. That will be interesting to see where we at with what will be a 36-year-old Willson Contreras. That's a future problem for the Red Sox. If you have a $6 million buyout, who cares if you're at that point? That being said, I do think a fair part of the conversation is the numbers. The OBP took a step back last year, and his walk percentage went down. So, I mean, think about this. In 2024, when he was on pace to have the year, he played 84 games. He had 15 homers. So last year he plays a .135. He has 20 homers. So like 2024 kind of was the year. He was going off. In 84 games, he had more walks than he did last year. Now, is that, again, the vibes in St. Louis? Is that an aging baseball player? The swing speed is still there. And I believe in talent. And again, this was a guy, if the trade was for the Yankees and we went into talking Yankees, I'd be like, yes, dude, this guy hits.
You figure out where to play him later.
I'm excited. Let's look at some first base highlights. The numbers graded out decently over there. All right, fire me up. The other concern would be he's turning 34. He used to be a catcher. Those miles are heavier miles. But let's see what it looks like. I'm definitely not betting against it for next year. I'll be interested to see the following years. And if you're the Red Sox, and that's why I preface this whole thing where, I didn't like that I sounded partially negative about it. You're getting a really good baseball player, and what did you give up? No top prospects. Dobbins pitched for the team last year, but it wasn't otherworldly, and he wasn't a very big prospect. The strikeout numbers aren't crazy or anything like that. So you didn't give up much. You have Willson Contreras on your team. That's a place you want to be. And could he be the next guy that we're talking about the All-Star game and he has a 900 OPS and he's one dotting at Fenway Park? Wouldn't bet against it. Wouldn't bet for it. Wouldn't bet against it. Could he be the next in the Red Sox right-handed lineage to have a perk-up year? Interested to see. And then I said I wasn't going to talk about Trevor Plouffe, the former Twins third baseman. He said his instant reaction was, what happens with Casas? There's a guy that's kind of been out of sight, out of mind, huh?
Yeah, I don't have every Cardinals situation off the top of my head at all times. So when I saw the trade, I kind of just assumed, it's Casas part of going the other way, even if not a centerpiece. But no, it sounds like Burleson's the plan there, and he obviously is not in the trade.
Big burly guy with a big old beard. Yeah, I guess for me it always comes back to value. I'm not sure where Casas' value is at after 2 injured seasons when he did play last year. It's 29 games, so that's 1 month of ball. He did not play well. That coming off a significant injury, Tristan Casas he's going to be turning 26 January 15th. So get your birthday wishes ready. I guess for me, if my team got Tristan Casas, I would be very excited. If I was the Red Sox, I don't know what I'm getting offered for Tristan Casas. And I guess for me, like, let's see. Like, depth is a good thing. You could be in a weekend of spring training, and Tristan Casas could be your fifth hitter. Or, like, let's see him work his way back a little bit. And then the unspoken thing that you could say about any player in Major League Baseball or any sport, pretty much, if the right trade is there for them and he's in it, okay, Willson Contreras plays first and we ride. It kind of not forgetting Tristan Casas. I do want, like, if I was St. Louis, I would have wanted him. But that's where, again, like, I don't know how much value Dobbins has. I don't know how much value the prospects have. This is also Heim going back into his bank account a little bit, right? And this is the second Cardinals-Red Sox trade. Sonny Gray and now Willson Contreras, who they're back together.
Yeah.
How nice is that for them?
I was having to laugh this morning, like, you two just link up on Arenado already.
Get it done. Arenado pulls the ball. He wouldn't hate that. For St. Louis, I'm honestly going to stay away because that roster, oh, fuck, I'm all in on St. Louis this year. God damn it.
Forgot.
Okay. I love this team. No. It's weird, man. And I just... Brendan Donovan hits.
Will he be on the Cardinals? I guess is a different question.
Will he be on the Cardinals? Alec Burleson hits. They've proved that. Mason Wynn plays defense. Arenado plays... Again, this is why I didn't want to do it. Rotation right now is Liberatore, Dustin May, Palante, Michael McGreevy, and Kyle Leahy. So, let's see where the Cardinals go with the rest of their offseason. Probably more importantly to this upcoming baseball season. What are the Sox going to do, kid? Because are they going to trade that outfielder? Is Casas a piece? Are they in on Bregman? Boston has a lot of ways they can still steer this thing. And yeah, I don't know if it's in the trade market. I don't know if it's free agency. And this Red Sox front office still coming off of the Devers trade. Like, next year is going to be a pretty big, okay, Roman Anthony is here. He's him. Marcelo Mayer has dealt with some injuries, but he's here. Ceddanne Rafaela, we saw him take the jump defensively in center field. Can he take a spike offensively? And just what do the Red Sox believe in? And is that a big trade or is that a big free agent? That I don't know. They have a lineup right now that's without Casas. They have their righty platoon guys ready to go with Romy Gonzalez, Nate Eaton, banged last year versus lefties. That they're going to do something else. Would you go hitter or pitcher, Beebs?
I think I would get another. I mean, I'd get both, but if I can only pick one, there's room for one more big infield ad. Is that bringing Bregman back? Is it being in the Ketel Marte business? Is that Bichette? Is that what? Like, I don't know if you need to go. I don't know what type of scaling we're working with, but they're, as we talked about since the Devers trade, kind of every time Boston's come up, they're long-term money. A lot of it is off the books, even with these two trades, big trades they've made, and Sonny and Contreras, they're both fairly short-term. Contreras longer. Right. Sonny's 1 year. There's still a lot of long-term money presumably on the menu for them.
Yeah. It's in a rude, polite way, both is kind of the answer. I guess the pitching staff, Crochet, amazing. Probably, how about this? Underrated. with all the Scooble Skeens hype, like Crochet's there.
Like it was a tight Cy Young race. I don't remember how the voting turned out, but
Crochet's there. They have Sonny Gray, Brian Bayo, 166 innings last year. We're happy for him. And then it's Cutter Crawford, who was good, didn't play last year, injured. And Patrick Sandoval, same. So if I'm looking at the back of my Red Sox rotation right now and I'm seeing two guys that didn't pitch last year, we're going to need some more pitching. There's more pitching to be had out there. Everyone's looking for the Framber Ranger teams. Am I? That, I guess, doing this exercise, the Red Sox lineup you could roll out there tomorrow and they can beat teams. The rotation, I think they're going to want another arm there.
They do still have the Connolly Earlies and
Connolly
that
Earlies.
prospect wave that maybe is part of a trade.
Sure.
In theory,
Peyton
assuming no new injuries, they can roll out this group to start. I would agree with people that say get another one.
Johan Oviedo, Kyle Harrison. Maybe they don't. We'll find out. Let's see this Red Sox front office put their stamp on it. And hey, Cardinals fans, good weather for parts of the year. I think it's actually really hot a lot during baseball.
I think it's cold.
I think it's
cold,
like cold or
cold
hot.
in the winters and hot in the summer.
Damn. No, we're at JJ Weatherholt. He's next. He's their top prospect. We're all in.
Guy.
We're all in. We're ready to go. Let's get into some of the other action. And it's brought to you by Shopify. And so is this company. When we originally started, Jimmy calls me up. Hey, Yankees pod. I say, what? Flash forward. Hey, should we sell some shirts and stuff? Sure. How do we do that? You go to Shopify. So that's what we did. Shopify is where you want to go if you are creating a business, if you're, I don't know, even doing something on the side. Maybe something on the side turns into a real thing because that's kind of what happened to us. And when you need to upgrade, so there's the start, and then it's like we're going. We needed to relaunch our merch store. So we did. Our Slashline site. Go check it out. Bunch of ideas. We brought those. Shopify brought the execution. We're still with them. This is 7 years now. Love it. Shopify is where you want to be. So if you want to be like us and start building your brand from the ground up, go over to Shopify, start your trial today. Click the link in the description. Sign up. $1 per month. Trial at shopify.com/bakers. If you're ready to leave the amateurs and head over to the big league. They call me Big Meech. Larry Hoover. Okay. A little Ricky Rose to get you going.
Wow.
People probably don't assume that, but I'll tell you what. 2011, 2012. Wow. Dime piece. Straight 8-ball. It's about drugs.
Right.
So, I don't know. I don't know what we want to do with that. Hey, the one... two Rays trades makes it tough to pick them, that I kind of almost rather prefer to talk Murakami. I'm going to go Rays. Murakami, you can wait. And that White Sox lineup. The Rays traded Shane Baz to the Orioles, so maybe this is an Orioles conversation. As Shane Baz, who just set his career high in innings pitched, games started, and strikeouts, he heads in division to the Baltimore Birds. Love the trade for Baltimore. I'm not even going to get into the prospect piece of it, really, just to be honest with you guys, because we don't know. We don't know. What I know is Baltimore's getting Shane Baz, who is 26 years old. We just, some of the guys that you meet, he got called up, was he 21 or 22? He got called up at 22 years old. So, we've been familiar with Shane Baz. If you are in the prospect game, he was a big prospect because he has a big arm. He got called up in 2021. So we've seen Shane Baz around. He missed all of 2023 due to injury. And that's where if this trade happened last offseason, you'd be like, whoa. Shane Baz in 2024, 14 starts when he came back. He had a 3.06 ERA. Over 79.1 innings. Last year, a 4.87 ERA, 31 starts, 166 innings, 176 strikeouts. So we've got more strikeouts than innings pitched. His home road splits were atrocious. And his home stadium last year was a AAA ballpark. Or excuse me, a high A ballpark. Who plays in Tampa for the Yankees? The Rays.
Yeah.
The Rays. That's the code. Shane Baz had much better numbers on the road than home. How much of that is year in, year out coincidence? I think a little bit, but I also think that stadium definitely didn't help Shane Baz. Also, his cutter and his slider got rocked. In 2024, his slider was a good pitch for him. So if we can get in the lab on that, his curveball, there's between some different stats on it, it rated out as, I think Stuff Plus had it as the second best curveball. The numbers on it are really good. So it's like, okay, so he's got a fastball, he's got a curveball. I think the changeup as well. He had 2 pitches that got rocked last year. He got rocked on the road. For me, he has the arm talent. 5.9 ERA at home last year. So, yeah, I think I said he got rocked on the road. Rocked at home. 5.9 ERA at home. He gave up 18 of his 26 home runs at home. So 8 of 26 on the road. So, they gave the press conference and they talked about underlying numbers. He's also a third-time through guy. He gets crushed. So, I don't know how much I can help with third-time through. That would be the development of one of these other pitches, and maybe Baltimore has the recipe of that. When we're talking about teams developing pitching, they don't normally jump to the top of the list as like, ooh, watch out for Baltimore right now. But even if they just eliminate or just, hey, throw that good curveball a couple more times, I think they could be in a really good spot with Shane Baz, who, again, he did the deed last year. He went to the post 31 starts. He threw 166 innings, struck out more batters than innings pitched. That for him, at age 26, the next step is how do I get a little better? And man, I think A, being away from that stadium already helps. And B, I think now having done this and knowing that you can handle the workload, you can now work on getting a little better and stepping up. That I love the trade for Baltimore. I guess the other caveat with that is I still think Baltimore is going to do more. I think they're in the pitching market. This was a fun fact. Baltimore's current payroll, after signing Pete, Baz, they've made a couple other trades. They brought in Taylor Ward. Baltimore's payroll right now is $20 million less than opening day last year. So Baltimore is currently under from where they were. That I don't think they're done. I think they are going to sign another pitcher. I don't know if it's Framber, Ranger, Amaya. We've gone through a lot of the names. Trevor Rogers, Kyle Bradish, Dean Kramer, Shane Baz, Tyler Wells. I think if you bring in Tyler Wells as your swingman coming into the season, by the way, Tyler Wells is solid. It just makes Baltimore feel different if they add another significant arm, and maybe it's via trade, maybe it's via free agency. But man, the lineup looks and feels pretty good with Pete in the middle of that. Baz gives them in Shane Baz's potential best season, I could see him being an all-star. You could see that guy going into the break with a 3.05 ERA, Mr. Worldwide. That I really like the ad. Really like the ad for them. Again, they give up. We got caught up in the prospects on Talking Baseball because one of them is named Slater DeBrun. He hasn't played pro ball yet. So we love that for everyone involved. I don't know. In a way, they gave up, Bodine the catcher was the 35th pick in the draft. Okay. I don't know. And this is where I feel bad for Rays fans. Because the Rays traded a starting pitcher, a starting outfielder, and a starting second baseman. And nobody's like flinching. It's like it's almost expected. It is expected. Rays fans expect it. We expect it. And jumping over to the Brandon Lowe trade, and Jake Mangum and Mason Montgomery, good arm talent. Again, I said it in a joking way, but can we check in 3 years? Because I know Boz and what he could or could not be. I know Brandon Lowe is really good. I kind of know Mangum. Is there more in there? They traded for prospects that I don't know what to do with that.
And not volume.
Yes, guys with nice pedigrees, but nobody that you're like, whoa, this guy's next. Jacob Melton. I don't know. He was the number 2 Astros prospect. I guess we'll jump over to that.
The pick they got is technically a big pick.
We love that for them, but this is a sick sport that,
if one of those across all their trades, if one of the guys they got back is good, that's kind of what you can expect.
One is good, and
one is a real player that they trade again.
Another contributes. That's crazy that we're talking about them trading away 3 major league guys. Which I guess that brings us to the other Rays trade because I already talked about it. Brandon Lowe goes to the Pirates. Pirates get an actual hitter. When Brandon Lowe is on the field, he hits. He hit 31 homers last year. Again, he was at that same field that I just defended Shane Boz from. But Brandon Lowe also has a lot of seasons of productive baseball. Never a below-league average hitter. When he's out there, he feels like a threat. That he goes over to the Pittsburgh Pirates. They get a lefty bat for the middle of their lineup. He does have splits. It is the beneficial side of the plate for Brandon Lowe. I think he was in the 870s OPS-wise versus righties last year, which that's a masher, especially at a position where guys don't. That they get Brandon Lowe, and the reason I keep throwing Jake Mangum in, Jake Mangum was solid last year. Not a lot of pop, but 296 batting average, 698 OPS. If we did our fake OPSS plus stat with steals, he would get boosted because he stole,
27 bags.
27 bags in 118 games. This was his first major league season. BBD, maybe see if there's a Jake Mangum story here because 29 years old. Here's another tidbit that's stolen from Dalton and Talking Baseball. The career college baseball hits leader.
He's one of the college baseball legends.
So why didn't he get called up till age 29? That's the part I don't know. I don't know if there's a missing part of the story. If you know, comment below. But he played all 3 outfield spots last year, slapped it around the ballpark. I laughed when I went over to Fangraphs. They currently have Mangum listed as their leadoff hitter and Lowe listed as their 2-hole hitter. So in one fell swoop, Pittsburgh added their 1-2 batters in the lineup. When have you ever seen that in a trade? I think that's also offseason, and let's see how they want to set it up. And let's see if Pittsburgh does something else. But for adding Brandon Lowe to their lineup, love it. You didn't break your bank. You brought in someone that when he is out there, and he does have an injury history, which that is what it is, but when he's on the field, you can expect production, especially against right-handed pitching. And Mangum, I don't know, is there more in there? Last year was his first major league season. That if there is, a guy that I know people are over batting average, but 296, 330 on base last year with that amount of steals, it's a contributing ball player.
He at least can be the light side of the platoon at all 3 spots.
You'd love to see him in your 8 or 9 slot, 8, 9. I decided I'm going to take 6, 7 to every number next to each other. I think that's the next development. I don't know, 3, 4.
Sure.
Why not?
There's a semi-viral video of a guy in a Grinch outfit who a kid 6'7" him and he goes 8, 9.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Grinch.
You can get in on that if you want.
Okay. What's semi-viral mean to you?
I've seen it, and
Okay.
I did the joke to somebody else in our office here, and they said they had seen that video.
Okay, counts.
I assume a lot of people have seen it. Don't know.
Okay. So, yeah, Pirates get Jake Mangum, Brandon Lowe, first 2 hitters in their lineup. Montgomery, the pitcher they got, throws cheese. He sits 99. Big lefty. Like, there's not a lot of lefties that do that. It's kind of crazy when you go around the league. Got rocked as a reliever last year, but young pitcher, was also built up as a starter in the minor leagues that, like, the light bulb is going to go on for him in the bullpen one of these days. Like, could be next year. I would have him as one of the number one, like, he will be stretched out at some point and given an opportunity to start because, like, the electricity he has in his arm is pretty special. So, Pirates, it's like, okay, young lefty throws cheese, has already pitched in the big leagues. We can sign up for that. Mangum, play all over the outfield, slap it around, a nice piece. B. Lowe, okay. 1 year of him, 11 mil. And again, when he's out there, he hits a lot. That I liked it. I did still, when you click on that Pittsburgh Pirates lineup, in the words of Joe Girardi, it's not exactly what you want. Currently listed as Mangum, Lowe, Brian Reynolds, Spencer Horwitz, Nick Gonzalez, O'Neal Cruz listed 6. Go check where his year-end stats are. He is going to be a tough one when we do the rankings with the tier list with Jolly. O'Neal Cruz's year-end numbers, 676 OPS.
It's not the guy he's supposed to be.
No. Jared Triolo, Jack Sawinski, Joey Bart. Again, this is a team that put in a bid for Schwarber. We still have spots out there that let's go. Like, let's go, Pittsburgh. Hopefully it's a start, and they brought in major league talent. The prospects going to the Rays, as I've talked to you guys, and full disclosure, if this feels slightly disconnected, just had to record something else with Jolly real quick, who Jeff McNeil just got traded. Dumped. No offense. Yeah, like I told you, Jacob Melton is the biggest prospect in it. He's their number 2 prospect that goes over there to the Rays. So again, I don't know. I don't know. Give me a Rays check-in in 3 years because we traded a lot away, all for players that haven't really played any or a lot of Major League Baseball. The secret, and this is maybe this is just the Jake angle on it. Maybe I believe it. The comparison I found is the Willson Contreras trade, going back to when he was traded from the Braves to Milwaukee. That trade was, what was that? Sean Murphy to Atlanta, and then it was the real fast guy that we haven't seen again.
Yeah, Estuary
Ruiz. Those were the headlines, and it was just like, oh yeah, Milwaukee got involved. Like, people really liked Ruiz. They were like, this guy's going to change the game with his speed. I think he's in the Dodgers org right now, or
I
he
believe
was.
so. Like, he was a top prospect and, like, just
play every position, crazy speed. Like, this Ruiz kid, watch out. And it was like, I don't know if Willson Contreras is going to be able to stick at catcher. And, the Braves get Sean Murphy. Here we go, Braves. The Brewers made out like kings. Willson Contreras has become one of, if not the best catcher in baseball at any given moment. I think in this trade, Mike Burrows, who goes over to the Houston Astros, when we look back at this trade in a couple years, the 26-year-old who threw 19 starts this year, he had a 3.94 ERA. He's got a nice righty changeup, which you don't see a lot. Some of the best numbers in the league of people throwing a changeup. He throws it in the zone a lot. He gets swing and miss on it. That Houston gets a major league starting pitcher from the Pirates. Tell me if you've heard that story before. No, I'm not making that comparison. But I think Burrows is good. He was part of the Pirates' young arm pitching depth. And I guess that's where I'm also walking away kind of you got Brandon Lowe, who at his position and what he can bring offensively is really tough to match. Really tough to match. But you had to trade like from your bank. You know, I don't know where they have Burrows ranked amongst, well, I know they don't have him above Skeens. I know they don't have him above Chandler. Probably not above Jones, although he just dealt with injury. Blanking on the other guy. But they, I don't know. Burrow's going to Houston. He has a wipeout pitch. We've been wondering, like, what are the next steps for Houston? He has 5 years of control left. There's a chance we look back at this trade. And, hey, Pittsburgh, by the way, you just traded for 1 year of Brandon Lowe. So bringing it back to free agency or the other trades they have to do, you just trade one of those young, controllable pitchers for 1 year of Brandon Lowe. You get years of control with Mangum, and we just talked he's a nice player to have.
It's really the Tommy Kahnle trade.
That I'm interested to see. Interested to see where we land in a few years on this one. And Pittsburgh, if you're going to do a move like this, you have to do more. So please do more. Speaking of doing more, why don't you guys go to DraftKings? Huh? If you like the thrill of live betting, DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on star player props and in-progress games as they are happening. If sports betting is not available in your state yet, don't worry. You can still do the DraftKings daily fantasy stuff, and it might be coming to your state soon. I know they just opened in Missouri. So if you're a new customer and you bet just $5 and your bet wins, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code JMSports. That's code JMSports. Bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. All right, so we did the trade. There's Murakami. Strom got traded. Do we remember? The Murakami stuff is fun because it's just such a wild card. And the contract he signs, 2 years, $17 million, is really interesting because it's like, okay, so you're getting paid to be good. And for Murakami, it can be a huge win. If after his 2 years with the White Sox, he hits free agency at 28 and he's shown he can hit major league pitching, watch out. With the Japanese market attached, we got a fun press conference today, busted out a White Sox. Yeah. It's going to be very interesting. It obviously would have been a little bit more fun if he was on one of the bigger teams we're going to watch this year. Like, if you're being honest with yourself, you're not going to see a lot of White Sox baseball. Although, if you like a young core, these Chicago White Sox, there's something brewing. The AL Central is middle of the states, and mid. Chase Mydroth, like a real prospect. Numbers weren't great last year. He was 24. Let's see what we've got. Kyle Teal. The numbers were nice last year. 786 OPS from your catcher. Hello. Colson Montgomery, a shortstop. Colson Montgomery banged last year. 840 OPS. A lot of pop. Okay, Miguel Vargas has just been looking for friends. Remember the initial sad Miguel Vargas picture when he got traded from the Dodgers? It's like, oh my God, he's so sad. Sure, Benintendi's still playing. He's a major leaguer. Luis Robert, how many conversations have we had about him on this program? Murakami slots in at first right now. That imagine if he's something. He's 25 homers and a 740 OPS. Something. I don't know if he's going to be that. Nobody knows what he's going to be. Edgar Caro put up some stats, especially versus lefties last year. Hi, Brooks Baldwin. That, hey, I'm not telling you the White Sox are going to run. I'm just saying if you're looking for a team, there's a lot of young ball players there. Rarely does the light bulb go off for a lot of them or any of them. If the light bulb continues to go off for Kyle Teal, who's a real prospect, Colson Montgomery, real prospect, if Murakami can be a guy, Luis Robert gets a little help, like, there's more hope on this White Sox team than we've seen in a lot of moons. That, hey, the pitching staff gets a little thin, a little quick. I guess I'm looking out for White Sox fans that if you have to watch some White Sox baseball this year, the day in, day out product might be fun, might not be. For Murakami, I love the contract for both sides. I do think with the current state of the White Sox, it's tough to get super excited about it. And again, like I was leaning like the Cincinnati Reds, or where I landed from everything we heard about Murakami was kind of a middle market team that the prospect of them bringing in Murakami from a business side and a baseball side, which both have very high upside, would potentially have more results for a contending. Whereas compared to a contending team, if he does struggle for a year or a year and a half, you don't have to deal with that. So in baseball terms, it's a low-level bet with a pretty high ceiling. And hey, what if the White Sox do make the turn and Murakami's a part of it? Like, how fun could that be for such a good baseball city and kind of the little brother in that city, if we're just being honest? I was kind of shocked when we went out to Chicago a couple times this year. And again, where the Cubs are at and where the White Sox are at right now are almost literally different leagues. But hopefully there's something brewing. You do have to admit, it's a little scary. This was a guy that was rumored to get $100 million, and now we're not there. But, hey, maybe he played the game perfectly. It's, not as much pressure. Like if he was doing it in New York or LA or Boston and he has a month where he stinks, which he will because everyone that plays this sport does, there's going to be less pressure. Again, could there be an Ohtani in LA with the Angels kind of getting his opportunity and building up to the Ohtani he is now? Obviously not putting that pressure on Murakami, but this guy broke the home run record. Sadaharu O. I think he did it in 64. Murakami broke it as a 22-year-old in 2022. Imagine if that happened in Major League Baseball. If a 22-year-old kid had broke Ruth's record or Judge's AL record or Barry Bonds. If someone did that, we'd be freaking out. That I'm interested to see. Was that Jimmy O'Brien?
Wow. Oh.
They got their guy. You didn't like the prospect they got back?
They're giving $5 extra mil. $15 million is not a lot.
Yeah.
And the A's were still like, no.
Yeah.
You know how many teams said no?
All of them.
Before you trade for nobody and give the A's $5 million.
Only getting however much off.
That's the most I've ever seen a team not want a guy.
It's one of the bigger dumps.
I think they had to go to 25 other teams.
I would say 29.
Maybe not the Marlins or the Pirates.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I'm just saying maybe.
Maybe. I think both those teams would be in.
Are they clearing space for Ketel Marte, or are they
I think they're cleaning house.
He and Lindor debated rats and raccoons.
Pete?
I think they're cleaning house.
Gone.
Soto's team.
Bader, gone.
Yeah. Bader's still out there. Yeah.
That's a crazy salary dump.
Yeah.
Dumped.
You're not talking about the prospect at all.
Jordan Rodriguez, is that his name?
Yeah. 17. Got a few
That's
innings.
Just because
few innings in
you
rookie
can't
ball.
just do money dumps.
They had to get something.
Put some in there.
I think McNeil and Nimmo thought they were like the heart and soul of the team.
I think there is something to, like, Nimmo was feeling a little passed over when talking about all the, like, Lindor should be captain when he was the longest tenured. And
Well, no one respects a guy who sprints after getting walked. It's just a fact.
Nice guy. But that was sort of his identity.
Even in like Little League, the biggest suck up wouldn't respect the guy who sprints to first after.
Someone does that on the opposing team.
Yeah.
It happened.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah.
All the Mets fans.
Flip out some of it.
All the Mets fans are
There'll be a
in my
beeping.
mentions like crazy about.
Yeah.
Because the Yankees signed Blackburn.
Right.
They keep getting each other's guys.
I was so like frustrated. I went and counted.
You counted.
Start counting.
Just guys on each team.
Since 2018, how many guys do you think the Mets have signed that played for the Yankees the year before?
Ooh, okay. Talking about 7 years.
7 years. Let's call it a few years. Let's go 21. Blackjack. I went high, but maybe it's not.
What did you say?
I said 21.
It's not 20.
Okay.
That's
I went
so
high.
10?
Well, I said since 2018, right?
2018.
They played for the Yankees the previous year.
Right.
Okay. 21 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
That's a lot.
To not even have to consider guys who like went somewhere else between.
The only year that doesn't have one is 2021. They signed Mason Williams and Billy McKinney, so ex-Yankees.
Right.
Every other year, 2018, Todd Frazier, 2019, Danny Echeverria. Fool's gold, Yankees found him. Mets were like, oh, you're our scouting team. 2020, Dellin Betances. 2021, Mason Williams and Billy McKinney, not there. 2022, traded for Joely Rodriguez.
Sure.
Yeah.
2023, Tim Castro. 2024, Harrison Bader. 2025, Soto Holmes. 2026, Devin Luke.
Right.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think the better
The other way, how many
discussion-
Yankees?
I think the better discussion would be money value. I mean, Soto obviously skews
Yeah, he
things.
skews it.
But even if you take Soto out,
Well, how many Yankees?
played-
How many guys since 2018 do you think the Yankees have signed that played for the Mets the year before?
3.
5?
By my count, 2. Neil Walker and Miguel Castro, who was the Joely trade.
Right.
They did a rare trade with each other. I guess throw Blackburn in now, even though he finished the year at the Yankees. He still signed Mets to Yankees.
Right.
Yeah, Blackburn would be 3. Blackburn would be 3. Yeah. So it is like bizarre.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And then you don't even count like ex-Yankees that aren't a year away. Robinson Cano, Eduardo Nunez, Chasen Shreve, Mason Williams, Billy McKinney, Adam Ottavino, Gary Sanchez, David Robertson, Ben Gamel, Frankie Montas.
Right.
So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 ex-Yankees signed since 2018.
So that was
And
my
that was your
first number. Yeah.
There were just gaps.
Yeah.
And the other way,
Take
it's
out
like
the gap.
7.
Right. And, for a city that has historically joked about, being a little brother team, to do that and not thrive in it.
Yeah, I mean the
feels
stretch.
bad.
The stretch lately is crazy.
Have you been eating Rice Krispie treats?
Yeah, I eat these.
They're kind of in your mix.
I love them.
The last 2 years of impact players.
Yeah,
I
I mean
Yankees got
Gary and
Pablo
D-Rob
Reyes.
are Yankees.
Right.
Yeah.
D-Rob.
Yeah, it's great. It is a lot when you actually count it out, and it's a lot because before 2018,
Right.
none.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So, yeah.
Something in my eye.
What
Ow,
happened?
Jake, something's
What
in
just
my
got
eye.
in your eye?
Granderson in 2014.
Right.
Before
And, like,
that, like none.
That was like the only
It
one.
was
in
like
a
because it
long
was like a
stretch.
taboo thing.
So that's the other thing. That's the other thing to add to the conversation.
Yeah.
This never happened.
Yeah,
Now it's happening.
Only recently, like either team would even
and
consider it.
in the Yankees' history, like before these last 3 years, it's not a lot.
It's much more, and even in the last years, it's a lot of like end of roster guys, but more of it happening.
I asked for a full list, which I did that one myself.
Right. This doesn't even factor in Luis Torrens was in camp with us.
There are some camp guys that make it. Dom Smith was with the Yankees. Rafael Santana, 1987.
Right.
Robin Ventura went from Mets to Yankees, 2001.
That was like a big deal.
Armando Benitez, 2003. And that's all.
Right. Right.
Until recently.
I think that if you decided to do a video breakdown, whatever, on this, I think it would be like...
That's directly. Like, obviously, there's Cone, Strawberry, Gooden, Beltran.
Yeah.
Players that did some in-betweens.
Yeah. There's a faux pas thing happening that we're ignoring.
What then the younger generation, because rivalries are just dead in sports.
Right.
No one actually cares anymore.
Yeah.
For very short times.
Like, we had that caller call in and say they wanted Duran, and I was like, no way.
People don't know
most of the comments were like, why not?
People don't
Why
know.
wouldn't you consider
People don't know how to be respectfully mean anymore.
That's also true.
Or just disrespectfully.
Red Sox, you suck.
Yeah, just disrespectfully mean.
Yeah.
Just
you can't be on my team, Pedroia.
Yeah. Or like the fact that you genuinely didn't want players. Like the Red Sox and the Yankees are not a rivalry now. The young kids don't even care, which is fine.
Right.
They're just more mad at the Yankees than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like I do
the rivalry like we grew up with.
Both teams need to be good.
Yeah. But also not like each other.
And
the 90s, early 2000s teams, like those guys
Boston screwed everything
fought
up.
a lot.
Boston screwed everything up. They started winning stuff.
Gary Sanchez and Pedro fought.
Right.
Pedro threw at Jeter all the time. Jorge too, but he hit Jeter three times.
Said Gary Sanchez and Pedro, which that would have been.
I'd love to see it.
They fought.
Pedro would have hit him
they
a
would
lot.
have. That's more of a tickle fight. Get it off your chest, man. All right, so we got a little Jomboy punch in there. BBD has some editing to do because cameras and audio were on.
Yeah. Hard to tell how much he thought was or wasn't in the episode. I'll have to sort that out.
Because he was adjusting the mic, and then
he mentioned he keeps this in.
Said some things he definitely didn't want on the internet. So I'll let BBD chef with that one.
One line I know I'll get out.
What a landing place for that. So yeah, Murakami's there. McNeil's an A. I'll do one A's lineup check. Let's see if I like it. Just to see how it feels. They lift Kurtz's leadoff.
Kind of fun.
That fucking guy.
Do what the other team doesn't want you to do.
Bang Jaliers, whose stats ended up crazy, if you remember how he finished the year. Soderstrom ended up straightening things out. Brent Rooker had another very nice year. Jeff McNeil's weighted runs created plus is better than I would have guessed. Jacob Wilson just slapping it around the yard. Lawrence Butler didn't play that great last year, but okay.
Talent that A's fans would be excited about.
Third base, Max Muncy, not the other third base, Max Muncy. You can't do that.
Both drafted by the A's.
Can't do that. And Denzel Clark, my favorite player in center
defense.
field. A's, Severino, Springs, Morales, Lopez, Medina. With like another arm. That's Luis Medina, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, while we're in a series of tangents here.
Yeah. Got lost.
Jason Dominguez been on people's mind, skewing a little Yankee here for a second. I was looking at his international draft class. He's the only one that's done anything.
Right.
The other two other guys have made like meaningful MLB debuts. Luis Medina, also Yankees.
Right.
And Adael Amador from the Rocks has gotten time.
Big prospect.
And those are the three guys in the 19 class. They got screwed by the pandemic. They lost a year of baseball when they're 18 or whatever.
Yeah, that's
different
tough.
ages, but weird class.
Crazy. They're still young.
Some of them can still
Dominguez
debut.
and Amador are still very young.
They're still young players figuring it back out, but there wasn't a lot of prospect shine on that list.
Jake Mangum figuring it out at 29.
Baseball players, it's non-linear progress.
We'll see, guys. I'll be honest with you. That Jomboy part kind of threw me off, and I loved it. I was actually thinking we didn't do our All-Star game ep with Trev this year. That's normally a let it eat. So we're going to have to do a Trev ep. And I was like, I don't know. We've never done a Jom ep on here.
Not really.
And it was kind of funny because I was like, normally when we have Trev on for the episode, one of my questions I like asking Trev is, what's something that you'll say on here that you won't say on Talking Baseball? Just because it's a bigger audience and it's just not worth the battle sometimes.
We can kind of hide it here.
And that's basically what Jimmy just did. So we'll line some of that up. Me and BBD haven't talked schedule for coming up a little bit. We'll throw something out there at some point. I as some of you might have seen on social media, I just moved. A lot of stuff going on. So I've been in a bit of a tizzy. But I guess if there's anything breaking too that we don't get from Talking Baseball, we can get here.
Yeah, if some live talking, but if some move breaks around holiday stuff, Trev, I got kids. Give me 2 hours.
Sneak in.
It might get here first.
Little snake. Is it cake? That's what my nephews have been watching.
You've been watching.
I'm getting ready to watch that with my nephews coming up.
That's great.
Funny, my sister texting that to my mother, and her asking, "What is it cake?" She gonna find out.
Gonna learn.
She's gonna find out. We were all over the board. You guys are the best. Thank you. Subscribe. Maybe we sneak in a little something I'm if we can. I have to run back to my old apartment and clear shit out right now, so I'm all jumbled. So we're gonna end the episode. Thank you. Subscribe. You're the best.